All right, and we're back for for day 21 of Ad Venom Code. Hi YouTube. Let's see. Mice and GUIs are a fad. I don't know. I think they're fine. They work fine for me. It's an acquired taste. Also, it's really only good for certain use cases, in my opinion. I also use Linux with browsers and other stuff, so I don't know. It is kind of like nice to auto arrange your windows, but at the same time, like, I specifically size these windows so that they're exactly 80 characters wide. And then sometimes I resize them to do other stuff. Like you saw me earlier when I opened up this input, I wanted to see the full size, so I shrunk it down and like changed the window size and then like adjusted based on that, which I wouldn't really be able to do smoothly with a tiling manager. That's just me. Alright, let's do day 21, which is surely an int code one, because it's an odd number. So, day 21. Let's assume it's day 9 is still compatible. Alright. Day 21. Oh no, I closed a tab. That was alias step. Whatever. Not a big deal. Alright, let's grab our input, which is going to be a sick int code program. Oh, that's a lot of int code. A big ol' int code program. Okay. What is today's gimmick in the land of int code? To avoid confusion, let me explain. Rat Poison is a window manager designed to let you do everything without using mouse. One step further, I don't use a GUI at all. Yeah, that would be pretty wild. Alright, day 21, the Spring Droid Adventure. You lift off from Pluto and start flying in the direction of Santa. While experimenting further with the tractor beam, oh, more tractor beam, you accidentally pull an asteroid directly into your ship. It deals significant damage to your hull and causes your ship to begin tumbling violently. You can send a droid out to investigate, but the tumbling is causing enough artificial gravity that one wrong step could send the droid through a hole into the hull and flying off into space. Ah. The clear choice for this mission is a droid that can jump over the holes in the hull, a spring droid. You can use an int code program, however, on an ASCII-capable computer... What? Where did I... Oh, I read this word from down there. You can use an int code program, your puzzle input, running on an ASCII-capable computer to program the Spring Droid. However, Spring Droids don't run int code. Instead, they run a simplified assembly language called Spring Script. While a Spring Droid is certainly capable of navigating the artificial gravity and giant holes, it has one downside. It can only remember at most 15 Spring Script instructions. Oh boy. Spring Droid will move forward automatically, constantly thinking about whether to jump. The Spring Script program defines the logic for this decision. Spring Script programs only use boolean values, not numbers or strings. 2 registers are available: T, the temporary value register, and J, the jump register. If the jump register is true at the end of the Spring Script program, the Spring Droid will try to jump. Both of these registers start with the value false. Spring Droids have a sensor that can detect whether there is ground at various distances in the direction it is facing. These values are provided in read-only registers. Your Spring Droid can detect ground at 4 distances: 1 tile away A, 2 tiles away B, 3 C, or D. If there is ground at the given distance, the register will be true. If there is a hole, the register will be false. Okay. There are only 3 instructions available in Spring Script. Add XY sets X to true if both X and Y are true, otherwise it sets Y to false. Or and not. Okay, cool. In all three instructions, the second argument y needs to be a writable register, either T or J, and the first argument can be any register, including A, B, C, or D. For example, the one instruction program not AJ means if the tile immediately in front of me is not ground, jump. Here is a program that jumps of a 3-tile wide hole. Hey, what's up, Dendraw Todd? Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Here's a program that jumps if a 3-tile wide hole with ground on the other side of the hole is detected. Not AJ. A is the one that's 1 away. Oh, it's at the end of the program, it will set it to that, so E is just a temporary register. Okay, so if there's not ground at A, then it sets jump to true. If there's not ground at B, it sets it to the temporary one. Then we AND those two together. Okay, I see. So this is like AND of A, B, and C. Okay, that's not so bad so far. The int code program expects ASCII inputs and outputs. It will begin by displaying a prompt, then input the desired instructions, 1 per line. Each line with a new line, ASCII code 10. When you have finished entering your program, provide the command walk, followed by a new line to instruct the spring droid to begin surveying the hull. If the spring droid falls into space, an ASCII rendering of the last moments of its life will be produced. In these, @ is the spring droid, pound is the hull, and dot is an empty space. For example, suppose you program the spring droid like this. Not DJ walk. This one instruction program sets J to true if and only if there is no ground 4 tiles away. In other words, it attempts to jump only into any hole it finds. It attempts to jump into any hole it finds. How far can the droid jump? Apparently only 3 blocks. However, if the spring droid successfully makes it across, it will use an output instruction to indicate the amount of damage to the hull as a single giant integer outside the normal ASCII range. Program the spring droid with logic that allows it to survey the hull without falling into space. What amount of hull damage does it report? Oh, buddy. Okay. So. If the jump register is true at the end of the spring script program, the droid will try and jump. Both of these registers start with the value false. Spring droids have a sensor that can detect whether there's ground. Okay, we're gonna go back to paint, because this is a bit of a mindfuck. So basically what we need to do is make ourselves a grid, some lines in it. This should be way more lines than we need. So the tricky part of this problem is if we have, say we filled in a bunch of these. The droid can jump 3 blocks, I think it is. So if there's 3 spaces here, it can make that jump. Problem becomes if you have something like this, where it actually needs to jump here. Should have used something other than black. Let me use something other than black. We need to find a way to jump before that. Instead, we had a max of 15 instructions too. Would you remember that? We could just try every program possible. Yeah, we could just try every program possible. How many programs are there? It can only remember at most 15 instructions. So how many instructions do we have? We have 15 times 3. Oh, each instruction is 3 choices here, 4 choices here, and 2 choices here. So 3 times 4 times 2 times 15. It's only 360 possible programs. Should I just try every program possible? Then I don't have to think about it? How slow would that be? Oh, that's not necessarily true. Because we could have shorter programs too. Which would be 15 times n plus 1 over 2. 15 times 16 divided by 2. So there's 3,000 different programs it could run. So that's one way to do it. Not a good way to do it, though. Let's just try a program, just like this terrible one. Oops. This program, and we'll see what it outputs, because I'm not sure if it halts or not, or... I should have copied day 9 part 2. Input, output. Okay. Whoa. That's cool. It did halt though, so that's fine. So let's generate every program. And then we'll see how long it takes to do some of that. Did this recently for something, right? GitHub. I'm sure I'm gonna have to come up with a smart algorithm for part 2. So this is just kind of like a meme solution. Gator tools something or another, which is the one that I want. Gator tools.product. So there's not and or. And then there's A, B, C, and D. And then there's T and J are all of our possibles. Why do you want to be a mod in my chat, Smoke Sis? Don't understand. This code is awful. I don't know what you're talking about. Let's see, does this fit on one line? And simplify this down to A, B, C, D, and T, J. Oh, this is my math here is not wrong, or my math is wrong. Generating every program is going to be a lot. Uh, 24 to the 15 is the largest program. That's a lot. Hey, what's up, Quillis? How's it going? Yeah, we're never going to be able to generate every program. So we have to actually be smart. So let's go back to Paint. So there's a certain number of patterns we have to worry about. I think we know if we know for certain that if we're here, look, if there's a space directly after us, we always have to jump. We know that. So we know that jump or equals A. We know that is always true. Still Paint, yeah. Right? We can also jump for no reason if we know that 3 tiles away is safe. Is that enough to do this? Like J equals D and then J or equals A? That seems too simple. Or is it supposed to be C, not D? D is you would jump if it's gonna fall. Let's just try that. Moro says, well, Anthony, I hate to break it to you, but you aren't getting points on this day. You're definitely right there. I'm a few days too late. A few days too late. What powers the bot? It's on my GitHub. I think that's the URL. Yeah, it's written in Python. It's async.io. I wanted to learn async.io, so I hacked it together. Also, the README's out of date. There's a bunch of stuff that I've been meaning to do with it, but I haven't yet. Did not make it across. Did I jump directly into the hole? What the fuck? You can jump higher? You can double jump? It doesn't say anything about double jumping. Oh, I see what's happening here. Okay, so that first set of logic is not right. We need to be able to... I don't know how we can see that far ahead, though. Okay, so if they're all true... Problem is, that's a lot of instruction in order to do that. We need to somehow fit this into 15 instructions. Is the tough part. Ugh. So I could... Alright, let's look at all of the possible ones and see whether we can succeed there. We can only see 4 heads, so that's all of the decisions that we can make. Hey, what's up, Gumo? Hello again. What's going on? Okay, so these are our cases. Well, this one is not possible. This one, we want to wait one and then jump. Oh, well, this one is false. This one is not possible. Wait, did we actually double jump here? Did not. We went down and then up. Always dead. So we don't have to handle those two cases. This one, we want false. This one we want true. Wait, how many spaces does it jump? It skips over 3 spaces. So it would see these 4 ahead of it. I think this one we're always dead also. And this one we're always dead. What is the favor that you want, Gumo? One is false. This one is always dead. This one is false. This one is true. This one can be true. This one has to be true. Do I have to have an adaptive algorithm? That would suck. One could be true, but maybe false. This one has to be true. This one true, but maybe false. This one is true. And this one doesn't matter. And it says the registers always start as false. So we only need to do something for these ones. These 3, 6, 7 cases. The problem is, like, this one is kind of undecidable. Is annoying because we could have something that's like this. Where we jump, land on this one. Oh wait. Maybe that's fine? Maybe that's fine. You could brute force this if you only use each input ABCD once in the Spring Code program. Yeah, that's true. I guess there's some constraints we know about the instructions. Like, we'll, I guess, but representing nots and ands is different. Like, sometimes you want the inversion of something, and not just to write it to the temporary instruction. Get rid of a port of an iOS app to Windows/Linux. What do you mean? What do you mean, Gumo? Like, I'm not sure I want to brute force this. I think that, well, I can do the different combinations of these three, so I can write out all the programs that will handle this. So we know we always want a instruction at the end that if we're about to walk off the edge, we need to jump. We always want or a okay at the very end. We know we want that. Wait. We want what do we want? We want we want to start with not AJ. And then we're only oring things into that after it. So I guess we can say false here. We don't have to consider that case.
So space, night, death, darkness. Not being there is an essential component of being there. You don't have the one without the other.
And so we only want to jump if D is true. We want to jump if D is true and so we want D and A or B or C. I think is what we want to represent. So and not A or not B or not C. Yeah, so then we can do not D, D, not TJ. Then not A, T, or TJ, not BT or TJ. So confused, Kumo. What are you talking about? So the problem is we need to and this at the end. So I think this is our program. Let us try this and see what it does. We just walked off the damn edge. What do you mean we just walked off the edge?
When you hear music, what you really hear when you
That's what it sounds like, Quellis.
is the interval,
Which does not sound like a thing that I would do.
the steps, as it were, on the scale. It's the interval. So in the same way, in the intervals between this year's leaves, last year's leaves,
Okay, so we've not A,
generation of people and that generation, the interval
or not
is
B,
in some ways
or
just
not
as
C.
important, some ways more important.
Oh, I think I need not D.
What it
Seems like nonsense, but probably we do that. Why you no jump? Yeah, sorry Gumo, I have a bunch of stuff that I plan to work on that I really don't have time to do favors for. Sorry.
So space, night,
What am I missing here?
being there, is an essential.
Okay, so this position there were 4, so it shouldn't have done anything.
You don't have the one without the other, just as you
At this position,
has no teeth.
it also should not have done anything. Here we should have jumped. Why did we not jump?
That's the way being.
We have this situation. So we should have started with T at false and J at false. And if we run our program here, not A to T. So A is true, so T should have stayed false. And then or T to J. So this is T to false. And this is J to false. Not B to T. B, also true, so that's T to false. And this sets J to false. Not C to T. So this is false, so this should set T to true. Or T to J. This should be J set to true. Not D to T. This should be T to false. Oh, this should be not TT. Let's try this. Hey, we got a thing there. We got a number out. Let's go! Okay, that wasn't so bad. I just need to like stop waffling around and think about it. We can just turn off the printing. Yeah, let's leave the printing. Fine. It's fine. Alright, what doozy are we gonna get for part 2? Play says, I'm currently attempting to get Piglet set up so that I can program with it, but it's being a pain in the ass. What does Piglet do again? Metal Iron for developing games. Oh yes, yeah. I'm literally no help there. I've never used Piglet. I use Pygame, but it's super simple compared to it. Okay, no problem. I'll find Mr./Mrs. Right somewhere. I just think it's very useful and could also maybe find in a particular place. And there's a thought. Never mind. I don't know what you're talking about. What are you talking about? One. Okay. So what's the twist with part 2? There are many areas of the Spring Droid can't reach. You flip through the manual and discover a way to increase its sensor range. Instead of extending your Spring Code program with walk, use run. Run. You flip through the manual and discover a way to... Oh, wait, sorry. This will enable extended sensor mode, capable of sensing ground up to 9 tiles away. This data is available in 5 new read-only registers. All functions remain the same. Successfully survey the rest of the hull by ending your program with run. Okay. Cool. What's the error that you get, Big Splays? You can post links in chat. Don't worry about it.
You can't explain it simply, you don't understand it well enough.
Alright, so let's just run instead of walk and see what the output looks like. My guess is we jump further or something, or like there's some case that we need to consider up here. No, we still jump the same amount. I see, we can't jump there. Damn, I wish I had that t.py that I just had. We're gonna need to generate the same thing again. Wait, did it say we can see up to 9 spaces deep? Yeah.
Education is not the learning of facts, but the training of the mind to think. I never think of future. It comes to me.
Oh my fucking god, there's so many cases to consider. Okay, well, we don't have to consider this one or this one. Actually, let's just eliminate all the cases programmatically that we never need to consider.
We cannot solve our problem with
If there's ever 4 dots, we don't need to consider it at all. That should eliminate a lot of them. That looks pretty cool. Okay. This one, we always die. It's not possible. Very confused, Kumo. Let me run again. I'll copy paste the area for you. Cool. Sounds good. We can eliminate another class of them if this dot and 4th dot away is just like another set of impossible ones. Well, S0 is equal to dot and S4? Oh, S3 is equal to dot. Still a lot of cases here. Okay, this one is false. How many? How long is this? 640 some odd cases? We're not doing all these by hand. We do not have time for that. Absolutely do not have time for that. I actually don't think we care about some of these registers. Like, how could this one ever influence us? Because we're only ever moving by 6 at a time. I'm gonna go get some more water. I'll be right back. Okay, I had to think. We don't actually need to care about most of these cases. When we were looking at this before, we only cared about some of those cases there when it was only by 3. Or when it was only 4 wide. This is one of the cases that we have to consider. Like, do we jump now or do we wait 1 and jump? This one is true. One is maybe. This one is true. And this one is maybe. This one is true. And this one is false. Okay, so these 3 maybe cases are the ones we have to consider. Unmuted, right? Yeah, we're good. Okay, so these 3 maybe cases are the ones we need to handle. Let's look at this first one and see what needs to happen. So if we have this, or we have this, we can make a decision. So in this case, we want to do true. This one is maybe. Right? We could jump for either of those. And let's do the next level deep. Here we want true. Actually, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter? It only matters about three out from there. So if we landed on this one, then we care about the one 3 spaces after it. Alright, so if we jumped now, we would land here. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. We're looking for a head. Yeah, we're always going to land here if we jumped. And so we care about whether 3 spaces after that, if this is solid, then this has to be true. Did someone say forehead? Is that an emote? It is an emote. I should use a different character than this sound. Okay, so this is the only case where we have to jump due to this, I think. Oh, this is so fucking complicated. Do I just brute force it, see what happens? Could I brute force it? Probably not. Are you trying to find a hacking tool, Gumo? You want my IP address? Here's my IP address. Have fun. 76 14 26 166 PLHF. Put it on a paste bin, Bix Plays, like this one. You can paste it into there. Yeah, the problem is Twitch chat cuts it off at the bottom, so you can't really see the end of it. This one has several choices. Because they're trying to use hacking tools, and I like to bait hackers. They're not gonna get me. They'll be fine. I'm gonna pwn my firewall. Piglet.window has no attribute window. Oh, what does your import look like in this file? Let's all hack Anthony 0.0.0.0, right? Can you show the contents of this file? Challenge accepted. This is weirding me out. Half the slashes are forward and some of them are backslash. Totally a bug. You're ballsy just throwing your IP out there. It's not like it's not like it's risky. Spike sent. Right? Can you show the contents of this file too, Xplays? You can't be sure that is IP. Yeah. Might be a shared IP. Okay, so we still know that we can't jump if... We must have D and something. And we do know not A has to happen. So... not A, or other things. And if we do have A, so this implies that A is true, then we choose based on these three. Oh, there's the problem. This guy needs to be capitalized. Be a capital W. That's the issue. Yep, no problem. It works out nice. Dungus TV says, "Are you Anthony Writes Code?" That is my Twitch channel. I am not the same as AnthonyWritesCode.com. This is not me. This is some other dude. Not me. Some other guy named Anthony Writes Code. Anthony Robertson. That's not me. Check code, open Google, click documentation, done. Yeah, this is me. This is me. Or this one. This is my GitHub. Oh, Dungus was talking to oh. I like how Anthony caught the problem in 10 seconds, right? Oh yeah. My typical GitHub user page of the unicorns. You were talking to me? Who are you talking to? I don't know who you're talking to. This is me. I'm Ace Atili. I work on lots of stuff. And things. But I'm not AnthonyWritesCode.com. What are we guessing now, Psycode? Oh no, it's fine. Remember what I was working on last night? Yo, last night was a huge blur for me. I just typed tuple and dict and sequence and stir over and over and over and mostly forgot everything that I did. I sense some weird feeling that you'd like to open your GitHub profile with the hope that it returns the unicorn. Yeah, kind of a little bit. No, just have a work break. Want to jump into the room and cause some confusion. See, well, you succeeded, my friend. Oh, right, you were playing with that grid thing. I remember now. I gave you like a really crappy solution. Why it worked. Implemented a camera and placing tiles at mouse positions on the grid. Oh, that's pretty fancy. Okay, so if A is solid, we have a choice. If A and B are solid, we also have a choice. So we need to figure out the Boolean logic for the rest of this. There's really only two more cases, I think, or two more things that we have to worry about. Yeah, capitalization does matter in Python, except for some crappy modules which do things that make it so it doesn't matter, and I think those are wrong. Okay, what does this matter on? We absolutely have to jump if we see this. So not B and not C. I know we must jump here, but there's another case where it doesn't actually matter. I'm gonna blame it on them using a bad font, yeah. That's fair. Here's 61 lines of code of putting all 4 Python files together. Not so bad. Is this even necessarily true? I think this one is still maybe. Because you could jump here, end up here, and then jump to there. But if we had this, then we would have to jump. But that's the same as this here. Is there any other case where this matters? Like, is there a case where we jump, we land to here, and that changes whether we can jump here or here? Oh, I guess we have the same pattern repeated. Oh, it's 9 characters long, so we're already at 8 and 9, so let's just take both of these cases and look at those. Actually, we know this is maybe. Let's write out every single case that's possible. Oh, we know this one has to be true. All of those have to be true. Because if we wait, we end up fucked. This one is still maybe. Does this one matter? I don't think it does. I don't think we know here. I think these ones are still both maybe. Well, let's expand those out further. We have to jump here. So if we jump, we land on this one. And we don't know where we're going to land. Let's just write them all out before we start picking and choosing here. This is where we're at. I feel like you're just spewing tech words, S3 Gumo. I have no idea what you're saying. We've almost expanded all these out. Okay, so now we can get rid of all the ones that don't matter. All the ones that are shorter than this. If you want a kid to suffer his whole life, force him to learn C++. That's what we taught as our first language at Michigan. I don't know if that's still true, but well, it used to be true. This one doesn't matter, you always die. I don't think the choice actually matters for any of these, because you are then given another choice here as to which of these two you can do. You can always defer this later. Wisconsin, we learned Java. That's good. I think Java is slightly better than C++, at least for like a learning language. Yeah, I don't know why I wrote all these out. I think none of this matters. Oh wait, it does matter. Because if we say false here, then we jump, we land here. This one we would get fucked. Because this one is false. Because we wouldn't be able to jump. And this is what? I? The last letter? I? A lot of boolean logic here. And the problem with all these knots is it's more instructions to do that. I guess I can invert everything and pretend true is false and false is true and then just invert it at the end. Distribute a knot across all of these. Alright, let's look at the last case, which is this 2 dots, maybe. We already looked at this case. It's not important. This is the one that we care about. So we have D and tilde A. So that's the second case. In the third case, we have implied not A, and we have implied B, and not C, and some condition after it. We need to decide whether we need to jump in 2 different places. So we have this sort of thing. As our leader. Let me expand that out. This position doesn't matter. Maybe it does. Maybe we can defer it until later. I don't know. For my engineering degree, we just use MATLAB, which is annoying now as I'm trying to learn Python for my PhD. Ooh. Yeah, MATLAB's kind of a tricky one to transition to any other language. If you want to torture someone, make them program in binary. One type of code may take weeks to find. Yeah, I don't think anyone actually programs in binary. I say as I twiddle bits on this thing. Let's try and implement this and see what that does. Okay, so let's do this for now. Okay, so this is the same as not D or A and how do I distribute this? B or E and I. Twiddling bits sounds like a euphemism. That's why I love saying bit twiddling. One of my favorite, like, terrible programming things to say. Hey, what's up, Hayden? Welcome back. So we're just gonna knot it at the end is the plan. Which is good because we don't have any negations here. Let's start by copying the value from D into J. So or DJ, and then we need to copy these into temporary things. So how we need false in there somehow. I guess we just this is so annoying to represent. I guess we could do from the innermost part outwards. Let's do that first. So E and I. So we want to do or E to temporary, and then and I to temporary. And then or B to temporary. And that's this chunk. And then we want to and A to temporary, which is now this chunk. And then we want to or D to temporary, and then we want to not temporary to J. This is not going to work because it's fewer instructions than before, so clearly it's not correct. So this is run and not walk. We just fucking walked off the edge. Amazing. Oh, this should be not D. Not D. Let's change these all to J. Okay. This is at least one of the cases that I was worried that we would need to handle, so that's good that it came up. So we just need to handle this other case here. So the problem is we should have jumped here because this one is not. But as soon as we got past one more, there were no other ways we could jump. We should have jumped at this tile here. I think it's just based on this one, so that would be A, B, C, D, E, F. Try that. K. Kremitsky says, I tried a bit of programming streaming, but it's hard to get used to talking all the time. Guess it just takes practice, eh? Yeah. I don't know, I still think it's a little bit weird talking to a computer, but I don't know, it's not so bad. Sometimes it's nice to be able to explain what you're working on as well, so that part is kind of nice. But yeah, it's definitely a trip. Why are these 3 space indented? What sort of heathen am I? Okay, so we need another set of parentheses in here, which is the opposite of these. Oh, except this should be implied A. Should be or C or F. We gotta stick this chunk into E and then and it into J. I think. So we have not B to T and then or C to T and then or F to T and then and T to J. Let's try that. Fuck a duck. There's another case. Okay. But it's still a case where it should have jumped here. 1, 2, 3. So that it could have jumped here. 1, 2, 3. So I could have ended here. A, B, C, D, E, F. What? How is this possible? Like somehow we would have needed to know that at this position we need to jump so that we don't get fucked here. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I. We don't even know that that's going to screw us. I guess the only choice is like we need to know that we can jump here. D, E, F, G, H. It's a puzzle. It's Advent of Code. You can check out the link here. Now we're rolling. Just had the second part of the tutorial. It had an error, so I looked again and missed a capital and changed it. Worked. Nice. That's good. That's good. Joy's Bite says it's really hard when no one is in your stream to talk to. Yeah, that part's kind of rough. Sometimes it gets lonely. At least for me, I haven't dealt with that in quite a while, so it's been better recently. There's still some streams where it's like me and 3 people that don't talk, and that gets kind of hard. Big's Place, I'm here, you can talk to me, right? Oh, so the problem wasn't back here when the decision was made. The problem was... Oh, it kind of was back there, because we would have needed to know to jump from here. What's up, Ox Joey? Hey, Doofus, it's 2020. It is 2020. Happy New Year! What am I doing? Puzzles from last year. Hey, what's up, Out Heaven? Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. But yes, you're right. It is last year's puzzle. I didn't finish it in December because I had terrible internet. But now I'm back. Oh, and I'm so close to getting this, but also so far away. I didn't say it was the next decade. I know there's no year 0. Damn, this is annoying. I'm just gonna try something stupid. We had in not F. Let's say we did and E. Just try this. Oh. Oh, you have to play more Boolean logic. Damn it. This flipped is B and not C and E. So we can represent this, or not this. We can do not C to T, and then and B to T, and then and E to T, and then not T to T, and T to J. Try this. I'm really kind of guessing at this point, unfortunately. Fucking died there. Great. Hey, what's up, Faith? Faith. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. When we say the decade, we're referring to the 2010s or the 201st decade, both of which are decades. Yeah, but what about the first decade? What about the very first decade? Were there only 9 years in the first decade? I'm not going to defend this because it just pisses people off and it makes people, oh, you're so pedantic, blah, blah. Why didn't this one jump? Should have jumped at this spot. think we got it. I haven't yet spit out a number. Okay. I feel like this text here is important. So I'm just gonna like include this verbatim in the script. Drugs. Thought that was cool. Anyway, I think that's the last one I'm gonna do for today. Let's run this again. It's pretty slow. Oh, it only takes 2 seconds. That's not so bad. We'll run it the 5 times and get us our best one. I think it's gonna be that 22:35. That one looks like speeds. But yeah, the problem with doing a different programming language every day really caught up to me after all of these int code days, because I don't want to implement another int code VM. And at least for this one, this day would be easy. Like I already did the like clever bits to figure out the algorithm part, but like any of the algorithm ones are a lot of work. And honestly, if I did a different programming language for day 21, it would really just be like, oh, how do I implement int code again? So I don't know, maybe I'm making excuses for myself, but maybe I'll do it some other time, but I don't know. I'm gonna prioritize completing the problems first instead of necessarily just gonna check this out this morning. Day 21, part 2. Relax, take your time, take a nap. I don't really need a nap, but maybe I will. Actually, I need to go for a run, so I need to do that. Use the different programming language today that just runs the Python solution. Yeah, how do I do sub process in 20 different languages? That one's not so interesting, though. Okay, that's cool. But yeah, I think I'm gonna wrap up for the day there. I might stream tomorrow, probably not. Depends on how long it takes to get my haircut. Because that's my only plan for tomorrow is fix some of this situation. Unless you guys want to see me be more and more emo, but get annoying. I guess it's not getting annoying yet. It'll get annoying in like another week. So maybe I'll leave it one more week. Stream my haircut. Yeah, just like hold out my phone and be like, alright guys, here's my haircut. I can turn into a vlogger channel. That'd be something else. Oh, I'm not gonna do that. That'd be pretty funny though. Hey, what's up, Peaky Dicers? Hello, hello. People unironically do that. I know. I don't want to be one of those people, you know? I think I would only be one of those people for the lulz. Anthony in the IRL section, right? Hey guys, I'm back for another vlog! Today I'm going to the mall. We're gonna get our haircut. It's gonna be so much fun! Are you guys ready? Let's go! I'm at the mall now. Here we go, walking inside. Yeah, no, I can't. There's no fucking way I'd do that shit. And if I ever do that shit, clip this and send it to me and be like, fucking liar. And then I'll quit immediately. But yeah, let me do my little spiel. If you like the content that you saw today, or want to check out other content of mine, I upload all my previous content to YouTube. That's youtube.com/incodeexplorer. Anthony Writes Code. It's the same as my Twitch handle, so if you're on Twitch or YouTube, that one's easy to remember. It's just Anthony Writes Code. I upload all my previous content, so you can see all my other Advent of Code solutions up there. I also stream other content, so I was working on pre-commit and dropping Python 2 support recently, so if you want to, you can check those out there. This stream is 6 hours of me adding types, which is that's kind of fun. It's fine, but it was a lot of work. Why are these a different? Am I losing my mind? No, they're the same white. It's like some weird optical illusion shit going on here. But anyway, twitch.tv or twitch.tv. Yeah, you're already on Twitch. YouTube.com/Anthony Writes Code. I usually stream on Saturdays, which is the slot that you're looking at right now, at 11 p.m. Pacific, or 11 a.m. Pacific. And I usually announce in 2 places. One is on Twitter. That's twitter.com/CodeWithAnthony. I usually post something like, I'm going to be streaming in 60 minutes, blah, blah, blah. What I'm working on, that sort of thing. I also post onto Discord, which the link for that is in the channel, or in the chat. You guys are free to join. It's a small programming Discord. Usually chat about code and memes and all sorts of other stuff, but it's kind of a fun time. But yeah, thank you all for stopping by, and we'll go find someone to raid.